In this video, we're going to take a look at the most common Excel shortcuts that we're going to be using throughout the course. Let's illustrate those by looking at the model from my 3-statement budget modeling in Excel course. So the first one is F2, which allows us to edit a cell formula, and then we can click escape to get back. The next one is F5. F5 is really useful. Press F5 and go to special, and we can select constants, and we want only numbers. Select all the cells that are just constants in the sheet, which is really useful when we want to check if we colored everything properly. The next one is Control R. So let's say we don't have those here, but by taking the selection with the first cell containing our formula and clicking Control R, performs fill to the right. The next one is Control D. It does the same, just downwards. So if let's say a total here and we don't have the other two totals, the whole selection with the first cell being the one we want to replicate, Control D copies down the formula. Next thing is Control Enter. Let's say we want to type the same thing. We're doing a mapping or something like that. So write cache in all of those. If you press Control Enter, it's gonna fill the whole selection. Moving around. So by pressing and holding Control and using the arrows, we can move to the end of the selection. Skip to the next, go to the end. If we use Shift and the arrows, we just highlight cells. And if we combine them, Control Shift and the arrow, we can go to the end of the table. And if you press down, you can go to the bottom. It's an easy way to move around. Then Shift and Space will select the whole row, and Control and Space will select the whole column. This is especially useful with the next one. So we select the whole column by Control and Space, and Control and plus. Keep in mind that if you're using the plus above the equal sign, this is going to be Control Shift, and this key would add a new column. And the same way, if we have selected the whole row with Shift and Space, we can use the same combination to add a new row. And Control minus will delete the selected row or column respectively. Probably the most important key is the Alt key. So by pressing the Alt key, you can see that you get all those numbers and letters up here. And this means that if you want to go to the Insert tab, you have to press N after you've pressed the Alt key. Let's say we have this and we don't see the numbers. We can just use Control Space to select the whole column and type Alt H to go to Home, O to go to Format, and I to use Auto Fit column. It seems like a hassle, but once you start looking through the menus, doing the Alt key combinations, really soon you're gonna learn them by heart, the ones that you use the most, and you're gonna be using it all the time. And probably the best part about Alt is that you can add quick keys up here, and by using Alt 1, 2, 3, 4 to however many you add, you can use those. Let's say the ones I use the most are, say this is a number, and as you can see, my second one, Alt 2 formats it, and Alt 3 takes care of the digits after the decimal point. Okay, that's it. Those are the shortcuts that we're going to be using all the time. So I suggest you probably go through this video 1 or 2 times and get really familiar with them.